Hey guys, this is Mrs. Dollars, and today I'm going to do a video about cooking lasagna inside the Power Pressure XL. Now, the recipe calls for the beef and the pasta shells, tomato sauce, cheese. I like to add a little bit of flavor to my food, so I put some Italian seasoning McCormick. I put 1 onion cut up and diced, some garlic, some salt, black pepper. I didn't have any jar sauce, so I used Italian herb chunky pasta. Now, and I like to cook my sauce into my meat a little while after I brown the meat. Now, what it asks you for in the recipe itself, which is here, it tells you to pour the sauce on top of the beef, but no, that's not how I do it. So, but you can do it according to your own taste and your own style and your flavor that you enjoy. Now, it tells you in advance to break up the shells into 2. So I broke them in half prior. So now I'm going to start the process. I'm going to add the meat on top of the shells. Okay, maybe I don't need you. I'm gonna add the meat on top of the shells. And I'm going to add cheese next. Came down. My son is helping me. So, okay. So, I'm just gonna add the cheese according. I'm gonna cover each of the layers. But you can coat it how you like. If you are a cheesy cheese eater, ricotta cheese, whatever cheese you like to add, you add it. I'm using regular mozzarella, low moisture part skim milk. So now that I added the cheese, I'm going to, these are my half shells that I already pre-cut up, or pre-broke, I should say. Sorry about the angle. There we go. And the recipe tells you to cover the next layer. And I will add a piece of broken shell. Add a piece of broken shell to cover this space right there. Just to make it, really pasta-y or anywho. So now that I did that, I'm going to cover again with another layer. Get that all in there just to make sure that the pasta will be cooked with the moisture from the pasta sauce and the meat. So you are not to cook your shell first, your lasagna shells. They have to be dry. And you cannot use the pre-cooked lasagna. It has to be the original lasagna that you have to boil for, the original amount of time. No shortcut stuff. So I guess it's to make sure that it doesn't come out too soggy. So now that I added the other layer of meat, I'm going to do another layer of cheese. And this one, I will make a little more cheesier than the first layer. Sorry about that, guys. Just adjusting the camera. And I will try to make a video every time I use the Power Pressure XL, because I know it's a little hard to find some really good videos. So here I added my cheese. Now I'm going to add more shell. Again, you can add it however you like. If you don't want too many shells, if you know, if you don't have enough shells, or however you want to add it, you can add it. Now that I added my shells, I'm going to add more meat to cover the shells. And you have to make sure your meat is on top of your shells, because if you do not, your pasta shells most likely won't cook. But this is how you're going to infuse your shells with the flavor of your meat. Now, when I cook my pasta, my meat sauce, I add a little hint of sugar as well. I did not add that to the list of recipes that I had up there. But just a little sugar, you know, and everyone, you will cook yours according to taste of how you like it and how your family like it. That's always the best. So now I'm going to add some more cheese. Now feel free to give suggestions whenever you guys want. Or if there's a better recipe out there that you guys have, I am so open for it. Now, the recipe says don't add any more shells, don't add anything else, but I personally don't put it on. Don't put it on whatever you do. Okay. Well, I take it. I use all of my sauce. Or you know what? I'm gonna fix this, and I'm going to add some extra dry shells, and I'm going to pour a little bit of sauce on top of these shells, just to give it a nice little coating so that it can cook longer. A nice little topping for it. When I normally do my lasagna, I normally add the extra layer on top when I cook it in the oven. So now that I have that there, I'm just going to pour some sauce on top of this just so that the shells can cook. And you want it to be nice and flavorful. So what I like to do, being that I had to use an extra can of sauce because I ran out, so I will add a little bit of, move the camera back a little please. I will add a little bit of garlic just to make sure my sauce is flavorful. I will add a little bit of Italian seasoning, some pepper, and a little tiny bit of sugar, just to bring out all of the flavors. I did not put any salt on that because I was not cooking the meat. And once you have it how you like it, you need to move this back. Hold it up some, please. Sorry, guys, my son is assisting me, as I mentioned earlier. So you put your thing on, you make sure it's ready, and then you want to hit the soup and stew button. Okay. You make sure your stuff is ready, and you are good to go. Hey guys, this is Mrs. Dollars here again, just completing my lasagna in the pressure cooker XL. Ooh, look at that. Now, I put in the first video that I put stew and soup. Well, that only gave it 10 minutes. Apparently, it needed longer than 10 minutes. So I put it for another 10 minutes just to make sure that it is good to go. I'm doing this just to make sure it cuts all the way through so that when I go to pick it up, it can come out all at one time. Now, I was going to, I don't want to mess it up. I was going to use a regular spatula, but there's a possibility that the pasta on the bottom will not come up with a regular spatula, so I use the grill spatula. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Look at that, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Look, the pasta is cooked. You can see it. You can see it. Okay, guys. Well, that is lasagna inside of the Power Pressure XL. Oh, and I used ground turkey instead of ground beef. So whatever meat you like, even if you want meat, you don't have to use meat. But that's how it comes out. You do not cook your pasta shells first. You leave them uncooked. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, I'm going to have videos pretty often. I love this Power Pressure. Yes, baby. Okay, guys. See you next time. Bye.